Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and this is my channel Chesapeake Chris. Thanks for stopping by. I started fishing as a kid, like a lot of people, probably 10 years old maybe. And I never really had really expensive, high quality fishing equipment. I've always had fairly inexpensive rods and reels. Normally I would buy brands like Shakespeare or Berkeley or Eagle Claw, maybe Shimano, Mitchell. But the rods and reels that I was using when I first started this channel, I had been using for probably over 20 years. And I just kind of thought it was time to upgrade my outfits. So I retired the rods and reels that I initially was using when I started this channel, and I bought new rods and reels. So on this video, I'm going to kind of show you what I bought, give you some reviews of them, let you see what I use when I'm out there actually catching fish, and let you know if these rods and reels are any good in my opinion. So if you want to see an update on my rod and reels, and maybe a little bit of a review of them, please stick around. In my recent videos, I've been talking a lot about retiring some of my old rods and getting some new rods and reels. So I want to make a video and just kind of show everybody what I'm using now, the rods and reels, and give you a little bit of review of some of them. One of the old rods that I retired is this one right here. This is an old Mitchell 5-foot ultralight. It's well over 20 years old. Back in its day, it had everything you looked for in a rod. It has the metal reel seat, the foam handle. It's got the ceramic rod guides, line guides. It is fiberglass, and it has almost no backbone. It's very flexible, bends easily, but I've caught a lot of big fish on that rod. Wow, is he pulling? He's got a lot of fight. Holy cow. I got at least get a look at him. I hope I get him to the kayak. And for a long time I had this Shimano MLZ 10 on it, which I used to just love Shimano reels. That combo has caught a lot of fish and big fish. It's been used well over 20 years. But I think it's time to retire it. So I don't use that rod anymore. It's an emergency spare. And I got some other rods and reels here that I'll show you that I'm using now. I also had a cheap 6-foot rod that I was using in my kayak along with that 5-foot Mitchell. I like shorter rods. I like 5s and 5.5s. I like ultralights and light action. Makes it more fun. So I wanted to pretty much not use that rod anymore either, that cheap one. So my friend Ray told me about these fishing rods he bought. He told me about these fishing rods, and he got it off Amazon, but they're made by Okuma, and they're called Okuma Celio or something. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but they're all graphite, and he was really happy with his, so I actually bought 3 of them. I bought a 5-footer, a 5.5-footer, and a 6-footer, and they are all graphite. They're fairly thin. They're a lot thinner than the old fiberglass rods were, but they do have really good action. They have a lot of backbone. I've already caught a lot of big fish. Well, I've caught a lot of fish and some big fish on those Okuma rods already. They all have the cork handles. I'm a bigger fan of the foam handles, but it seems like most rod companies now are going back to the cork handles. Most of the decent rods I saw online have cork handles instead of the synthetic foam. But so all 3 of my rods now are Okuma, 5-foot, 5.5, and 6-foot. And so I wanted to get new reels to put on them. I bought that Kastking bait caster setup rod and reel that I showed in a previous video. So I thought I'd try one of their spinning reels. So on the 5-footer, I bought this little Kastking spinning reel. It's called a Summer 200. I've used it quite a bit. So far, I really enjoy it. I spool everything up now, you notice, with that high-vis yellow suffix line. But I really like this outfit. It's balanced well. Like I say, it's a little 5-foot ultralight. Got that little Kastking Summer 200 reel on it. Pretty smooth reel. Caught some decent fish on it. The drag works good. The bail works good. So no complaints there. Then on my 5.5-foot Okuma, my friend Ray also told me about these Lews reels. I actually had a subscriber give me a comment and tell me about Lews reels too. He said I should try their baitcaster reels. But anyways, so on this 5.5-footer, I bought a Lews reel, and I bought the Lews Laser SG 200. And it's a pretty good size for that 5.5-footer. It is probably the best reel I've ever owned. It was only about $30 on Amazon. The bail works flawlessly. It is so smooth. The drag works great. I think that is the outfit that I caught that hooked that great big skate on that I fought for 25 minutes. I think it was this outfit.
I'm not sure. It's only about 4 foot deep here. You can't be that deep. And he hasn't taken any more long runs for a while. I guess he may have one last one in him. I'm gonna wear this out.
And then on the 6-footer, which I very rarely use, maybe if I'm really going to plan on trying to catch some big fish, I may switch to the 6-footer. But I bought that Quantum reel and put it on it, and it's a Quantum Opti X 200. And I put that on there, and I'll be honest, I did another video reviewing this reel. I am totally unhappy with this reel.
See? Look at that stupid thing.
That's why it's on the 6-footer also, because I very rarely use it, the 6-footer. It's about the same size as the Lews, but there's bail issues on this, trying to get the bail to snap over. It's not quite as smooth when you wind it as the Lews. The drag seems to work pretty good, but I get sick and tired of fighting trying to flip the bail over all day long when I'm out using it. So I put this on my 6-footer. I will use it if I have to, but mainly just for trolling. I'm not going to do a lot of casting with it. So that is a quick little breakdown and review of the 3 rods and reels that I switched over to when I retired my old ones. My old ones lasted years, but I've caught a lot of, like I said before, I've caught a lot of fish, and I've caught some decent sized fish on these Okumas, and they have worked flawlessly. And these 2 reels, that Kastking and that Lews, I think from now on, I may just stick with Lews reel. They make a smaller one. If that one ever goes bad, that Kastking, I may get a smaller version of this and put on that rod. But that's what I'm using now when you see me out kayak fishing. They're very dependable, work well, wind nice. Even that Kastking is pretty smooth to wind, and the drags work flawlessly so far.
I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching it. And you all know the drill. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share the video. Hit the subscribe button, please. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time I put a video out. And as always, give me some comments on what you other kayak fishermen are using for rods and reels, or any fishermen for that matter. And I'll see you on the next video.